So this is the box. I already started opening it. This is the single DIN. This is going in a 2016 Toyota Highlander. That one right there. So I ordered this on April 7th. It shipped DHL from the Chinese warehouse. And it got here. Today's the 18th, and I picked it up so it didn't have to do the last mile. It was showing that it would have been delivered tomorrow, the 19th. This is just giving you your Bluetooth pairing code, greeting card. Here's the Toyota wiring harness. I think that's the CAN bus, which decrypts Toyota's encrypted information. Basically, this communicates with the car's computer, this box. I already showed you the single DIN unit. This is 8 gigs of RAM on this one and 128 gigs of storage, or ROM. USB adapter, GPS antenna. I think this is Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Same thing, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Gives you a little schematic showing you what everything is, which is nice because if you had to do this, is plug and play. It'll plug right into my Highlander. This is a microphone. It does have a microphone built in to the screen right here, but depending on the quality of that, we'll see if we're going to use that or not. USB cord, 2 of them. This microphone clips onto something, probably your visor if you want, or you could maybe hide it away somewhere. We'll get to that later. A couple extra clips. Those are the clips that clip the head unit into the single DIN, the screen. Then will clip into these holes. This is a 2016 Toyota Highlander, and I'm going to be installing a joying head unit that's made for the Toyota Highlander. Joying they have their own spudger kit, which if I would have known, I would have seen it or would have bought it, but this one I got on Amazon, and got anything you could possibly need and more. All these plastic spudgers. You're gonna need a 10mm nut driver, socket, ratchet, something, whatever. But this is the basics. Okay. Over here, there's a crack between the silver and the black dashboard. You gotta open your door. Just pop that out. Then go ahead and be careful with this stuff. You don't want to break it. Nothing should take, you don't want to force anything more than necessary. This one seems to be a little stubborn. There we go. that. All these little clips here are what hold it in. Hopefully I didn't block your view too much. Okay. Now this little brown piece, we gotta get this off. So we'll just work that. You can leave these loose. You don't even have to totally take it out. And if there's something on here, there, but that's easy enough. The vents, they just pop out. You can use your spudger if you feel like you're gonna break something. Don't use too much force. And try to pull kind of equal and straight rather than breaking anything. Okay, then we got a 10 millimeter. We got a bolt over here on the side. There's another one on this side, and then two on the bottom. So we're just gonna start removing these. Make sure you don't drop these underneath your dash. If you don't have a spudger, I've used tape on a screwdriver to protect your trim. Just put some painter's tape or something. Keeping a finger on the little washer on this bolt just to keep it like that so it doesn't fall down in there. These are all the same. Finger on it so I don't drop it. That's that. The head unit's ready to remove. Let's go ahead and press. You can unplug this and get it out of your way. There's little tabs right here. I hope you guys can see that. And this one's on the back, just so you don't scratch this all up. That one you push down. Push this little tab right here down, like that. Okay, I've never done this before, so I don't have this video all prepared. I've never even really popped too many dashes apart. Okay, so if you want, probably be a good idea to put a towel. These you just push down on this little white indent, kind of self-explanatory. Unplug everything, obviously. Here you go. All of them so far. I'm just pushing down on these. Pinching them. Not to scratch my car all up. Stubborn. There you go. Make sure you push down on them enough. Hopefully my elbow's not blocking everything I'm doing. But if you're gonna attempt this, you probably already, I don't even know if we'll need this little harness. It's kind of jumper and everything on the back. We'll find out. Okay. So that's the head unit. She's out of there. Now, this is the wiring harness. Uh-oh, I just dropped something down in the crack. Dropped something down the abyss. USB connector. Okay. Snowing out, obviously. Get this door shut now. I'm guessing this is going to be self-explanatory. No idea. So, okay. So, I don't know what these little things are. Stuff I might not need. So, let's just start matching stuff up here. See if we can find what goes to what. That looks good. Everything should correlate. That looks good. Not that one. Maybe this one. This one. Let's go to this one. That looks much better. Okay, so looks like this one goes to the back of the radio. That's everything there. I don't think we need this one. This one, I don't know, we'll find out. Okay. So that's the main harness. There's a microphone. Couple extra clips in there. This is just a 3.5 jack. Let's plug in. Here's a USB converter. So this one is this gray one, I think. That goes to that. Then they gave us a USB cable, which I don't need. Could just plug this into that. Okay. So this would go to this. Easy as that. This is the SD card. A lot of people use these on Wi-Fi. I actually do plan on getting a USB card, or a SD card. A SIM card, I mean, sorry. This is the SIM card. And this does work with T-Mobile. I don't know, from what I've read and researched. You gotta keep it off to the left side, I think. Could be the right. I'll figure it out and let you know in another video when I get that rolling. What else we got here? Antennas. They're under these little red protectors right here. Okay. Now 4G DIV and 4G PRI is what they say. Just put them both on. Be careful, there's a little thing inside here called the stinger. Don't bend that. Make sure that goes in the hole. So you want that male end to go in there. Okay. I am just gonna face mine down. There's other USB ports here in the back. Also, let's see what the 2 extra cables are for. I'm gonna leave that wound up for now, actually. I'm just putting these. I'm gonna face mine down. Okay, so these 2 long strip antennas go to this. They got the tape if you want to stick them somewhere. I'm not going to run them all up through my dash and up the side pillars. I'm just going to stick them up under here and see how good a service I get when I get the SIM card. Then we should have a GPS antenna. The GPS antenna will go in this far one here. So you got the 2 4G antennas and then the GPS antenna. I said I've never done this before. Didn't do any practice run to make this video faster or nothing. This is, you guys are rolling with me right now. Okay. So that's that. This is magnetic. You could probably maybe run out and stick somewhere, I don't know. But I'm just gonna hide it up under the dash. If I have issues with it, I'll let you know in another video. We'll see how that goes. Okay. This black clip is what goes into the back of the radio. There's a twist tie in here. I'm probably going to try to leave that. So here we have rear view camera, auxiliary in. This is your radio antenna. And I guess we'll find out. That looks like about it. So we got VIN. This says VIN SPDF sub. RIN RRFR. So this is right rear. I don't know. Rear, front left, right left. I don't think we need too many of those because we're using the factory harness. I do need the video, I'm assuming, for the rear camera. Rear camera view. I'm gonna have to pull these apart and see what we got here. Rear camera in. This is kind of confusing, to be honest. We have two labeled rear camera in. This is rear view in. These are male. This is a female under here. So I'm going to do a little bit of research real quick and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I'm back. So I don't know if this is right. I'm gonna assume, but we'll find out. I don't think anything can really go wrong. This connector that's not being used, after you plug everything in, you'll probably have this extra one. This has a rear view camera on it. We're not going to use this one. This one right here connects to this bigger clip On this vehicle, it's got 4 orange wires, a purple, yellow, and a black. It has a male video RCA. So we're going to plug that into the one that comes from the black connector. So you're going, so the one that's the clip that you're not using over here, we're just going to forget about that. Because this harness is made for multiple Toyotas probably. Okay, so we're going to plug the one from the black connector, the female, and the male that goes to this white connector. We're going to plug them in. That should be it. Okay. This, I'm guessing this is the factory GPS, which now that we have one on the radio, I stuck this on here. If I have GPS issues, I'm gonna take it back out and move that maybe, but that's what I decided. Or maybe there's some magnetic something or other under here. Or maybe you could sticky tape it up here. I might do that, we'll see. The microphone, I'm probably gonna play with that a little bit. There should be, here's a microphone jack. It says mic. It's a 3.5 jack. You can plug that in right there. This is your antenna. Plug that in right there. These are auxiliary in right and left. I don't know if we need these or not. So this car does have an auxiliary. So I'm gonna try the R in and the L in for right in and left in, and maybe that'll get all of them. Don't know. That's what I'm gonna try. And to be completely honest, I don't even know if it tells you this in the instructions because I'm not all that patient. But we'll swing. Probably not good for these two antennas to touch each other, so I'd try to make sure that didn't happen. And if you hinge them down, you'll have enough room for the USBs down there. Well, this one's got rubber on it. This one actually does too, it just slid down. Okay, so if you, I wouldn't want these two touching each other, but you can swing these up, down, however you want to do it. Actually, I think I'm just gonna pivot these up. I had them facing down, but I feel like this is a better option. And again, this is your Wi-Fi or your 4G antennas. Okay. So that way they'll be out of the way for the USB ports. Now back to the RCA jacks, which I don't know if these will work, if they're supposed to be connected like this, but I'm going the right in and left in. On the back of the head unit, it's labeled RIN and LIN. These, I don't find somewhere up under here nice and smooth to stick them. I'm gonna do a little test run before I get into all that. So, last thing here, I believe, is to plug this in. This is the main harness. It's a black plug. It goes in this hole right above the 15 amp fuse. upside down. Yeah, I'm upside down. So the clip goes facing up. Okay, so that should be that. Now, just tuck everything like a nice unorganized wad. And then flip these little tabs open. And then plug your ribbon cable into that. And clip them, flip them back on top of that so it holds that in there. Okay. Now, I'm not going to clip all this together just yet in case I have to do anything. Just trying to have it sit here so it's safe. Turn the car on, which might have to be. There we go. See if we get some action on this bad boy. Well, we got lights. See, that's that screen damage in the corner. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to send this thing back. Okay, so I didn't have the plug plugged in all the way. I still do have a little ding thing down there. I'm gonna see what they'll do about it. But so I started my car. I can show you boot time real quick. That's boot time. Got some static. Here's my reverse camera. This is a factory reverse camera. That's working fine. I'm sure there's adjustments and stuff I can do. We'll go into the settings here. Let's see, wireless. I should probably connect this, but let's check out. So, one thing I'm not gonna like is that beep every time I touch the screen. Let's try system. I wanted to just wanted to see about the radio, maybe if we can scan. You know, I don't even know if I plugged the radio antenna in. Now that I think about it, I don't think I did, because I just had this sitting here to test it. So I don't think that's gonna work. Over and over, I'ma treat you like I'm supposed to. You better never make no time for it. Let me see. I do have the antenna plugged in. I wonder if these are going to cause any feedback. So it might be a good idea to get those away from radio antenna. 1079 is a Cleveland channel, so it should be coming in pretty decent here. Okay. I don't really want to snap this all the way in, but kiss me and
and started passing it out and sharing it.
1079 is kind of far away from me, so I'm not sure that would come in all that amazing. I don't know what this band, AM, FM. I'm not going to use the radio much, but
getting that
so
straight smile that you've always wanted, but you've been worried if those at-home aligner options are really a good value. Well, let's put it this way: you can do your nails or your hair at home, but you're really just not getting leasing and service. Need help with credit? If you make $300 a week, Mansfield Buick GMC will get you pre-approved. See us for details.
This channel's iffy on any radio, so these are just not my preference in music necessarily, but trying to check how good the actual radio receiver is. Sounds great so far. Let's go back home. Press that to mute, which I love. When you're in the drive-thru, boom, shut up. So settings, about device. Let's see, hit that little spot. It's Android 10. Octa Core 1.8, 128 gigs of storage. So I got that part right. I don't even know where I would see the fact that it's 8 gigs of RAM. That's your little multi-screen to go back to whatever. I'm gonna do a thorough. This is the install video, but I'm running through. I mean, everything seems to be working. Just before I snap the whole dash together, I would recommend put it in reverse. Make sure it goes in reverse. Connect it to your Wi-Fi, or make sure your reverse camera works when you go into reverse. When you open your doors, you should see this. Which my passenger side door I didn't slam because I have my recording stuff set up, so I didn't want it to fall. This is your app drawer. You could try out all the things, you know, do a little quick shot. Bluetooth. You gotta find the right little spot on these, but they seem to work good. Radio, navigation. You pick your app. I prefer Waze. I'm sure you gotta sign into the Play Store just like any other Android. So, but for now, I'd say everything looks pretty good. I'm gonna connect to my Wi-Fi and I'll be back. Okay, so everything's looking good. we are going to start popping everything back together. Now I should have a couple. Some USB cable somewhere. Okay, so we're all set here. I'm just gonna stick up. These are the USB port, USBs. For now, I have actually a connector coming for these. For now, I think I'm gonna try to get these up under the dash. So, just don't forget to plug these in back here. You're gonna plug in to the USB port right back here. There's one. Here's another one. Make sure my head's not in your way. It's big enough, God knows. Alright. These. I'm just gonna peel some of this off, I think. In case I don't like the spot. And then I'm going to stick these up in here. One right there. And I kind of want to leave the majority of this mess stashed away nicely, and I kept some of there. Kept this little wire tie. Try to keep these kind of somewhat organized. I'm not the biggest, I'm not too OCD with wiring, unless you can see it. And even at that, behind my computer looks like a mess. My TV, because I move stuff around a lot and I'm constantly doing stuff, so I like it to be around. Alright, so take this bad boy. I'm just peeling half the tape. Stick this guy up here. I shorted myself a little bit. This is my choice. I'll see how it works. If there's a problem, I'll let you know. Right now, I have the GPS stuck on here. That's what a few people have done. I don't know if there's some metal somewhere else I could stick it. Or there is a little plastic spot, but I don't want it bouncing around, so I'm just gonna see how this works. Nobody else has seemed to have problems with it. So we got these two USB cables to get out of here, and this SIM tray. Probably kind of want that accessible. Everything else, just bury it. Nicely out of the way. there are yellow tabs on your factory radio. You gotta take these off. There's some on the clips they gave you too, but I have like no fingernails, so this is not a good job. Joying has these spudger tools. If I'd have known. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. But nope. Pop those off. I'm gonna be digging for that. Pop that. And then just get something under the bottom. They're pretty flexible, but you just gotta get that little bottom part pried up. Okay, because I was touching my screen with the radio on, it's I don't know where that thing went. But once you're finally installed, these things are gonna go on these bottom pieces right here. Can you see it? Let's take that, slide it right over, snap it on. I gotta find the other one. Just launched it to the back. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so then we'll snap this one on right there. That's it. Find the original holes. Make sure you got everything. I think I'm gonna actually feed these bad boys somewhere. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the glove box. What? I'm gonna go to the other side so I'm not blocking it. Could have had a better plan for all this. I wanted you guys to see the truth about how this stuff goes together. The second time. So I'm gonna figure out how to get this glove box popped. Tab on each side. Little cylinder. Find where I can see a hole. I don't know if you can see my finger in here. I'm gonna hand myself all this stuff. Pull it right on down to the glove box. Now we got the wires down here. Okay. And then we'll get our glove box resituated. Lay those in that little trench. There's two little hinge points. and this little cylinder. This little thing, you should pop this off the side of the glove box first. This snaps on here. So let's see how that goes. Okay. I'm just taking these wires up over the little clip thing, and I'll probably tape these in here something, but there they are for now. Those are for like any accessories you want, thumb drive, anything you want to add to it. I love that it's decided to snow on the 18th of April right now. You guys might have missed some of that, but whatever. Basically run the wires to your glove box. Okay, so I got my GPS on top. Everything else checks out. Shove the radio back in the hole here. Pop that. Make sure these clip holes line up. Boom, that's it. Vent. These are little, uh-oh. Forgot to plug that bad boy back in. Okay. So this, I've moved this microphone around. See, I got it sitting right here. Can you see it? Right on top of the wheel. I moved it around, called my wife, made phone calls, asked how it was, tried to find the best spot. And some people say they use the one that's built in. There's one right here, but everyone said I sounded really far away. That's a little mic hole. And I don't know if this uses two microphones, But right now I'm just gonna pinch that in my dash because I might find a better spot later. And really, this thing's so easy to install and stuff. I'm not really all that worried about it right now. I can always pop the thing back out. So, okay, this one, there we go. It's beautiful fitment. I'm just loving this radio. Okay, here's this top trim set. Everything just snaps in. Make sure it all lines up. Wiggle stuff around if you have to. Don't get too forceful. Then we got our HVAC panel. Got it in the back seat here. Okay. So we're gonna plug this right back in. Two little plugs, boom. This thing clips on here. I'm not sure. It's a thermostat. What's going on? Make sure you're in your little tabs nicely. And just pop her. That one's gonna be a little weird. Sorry. Had a catastrophe there. I have this sitting in here kind of gentle so I could take it out if I needed it. But that, I'm not loving that because I can see a little bit and this isn't in here all the way. So I'm going to put this wire down. Maybe it won't pinch bad. Trying to find a better hole for this wire, basically. And maybe if I split in between here. Everything's. I hope I'm not. You guys aren't just staring at the back of my head. Although I have a feeling that's exactly what's going on. Maybe I'll just. This is a little soft spot. I'm gonna put that down there for these 2 seconds. Okay. Everything's lining up. That looks like a pretty decent spot to me. Bring this down to this little hole. Let's see if we can't get her to pop in nice and flush. Don't force anything unless you have to. There you go. She's in. That concludes there, and there's the finished look. So I'm loving this thing. I am like absolutely loving this thing. It looks great. Fitment's great. Take you out of here. I mean, look at that thing, man. That thing looks good. Everything's all snapped. See this? I don't love this. I'm just not sure if this is what I'm doing yet. So I don't know if my fingernail scratched that dash up like that. That was like the glass. But those are things I can tweak later. I'm gonna check out GPS things, you know, see how everything is situated, get everything situated better. For right now, I'm liking it where it's at. Another option would be run something up that pillar. That's a remote start that was added before I got the car, which is just snapping it in behind that window and getting down into the dash and all down the side. I might take that route and have it up there, but I don't like the idea of it clipping on the visor, because then when you tip the visor down, the microphone is what I'm talking about, it just tips it down with it, you know, and I don't love that idea. So, but I mean, this thing sounds great. Got it muted. Radio.
Strong with dresses starting at $69 and a free 7-piece skincare set with
my steering wheel controls work.
And jump right into delicious new recipes with 30% off 10-piece cookware sets from Le Creuset. Plus Macy's Star Rewards members earn rewards on
everything. The mode button changes different options, which you can probably program all this. I'll dig into that and get it all figured out, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you like the videos and stuff, I'll keep making them. Everything I keep finding, I'll add, you know, new things as I add new things to the radio, whether it be apps or features. I have the OBD2. I'm going to do the tune or torque app, see how that works and what that shows. This is a Toyota, so I should never have any problems where I'll need to do any OBD2 diagnostics. I'm hoping not for a long time, but we'll see. But so far, I mean, you got, this is a 2016 Highlander. In the camera, all these lights are flickering. That's nothing I did. That's just the way my camera's picking up light. And from my point of view, sitting in here, nothing's flickering, just so you guys know. You might think something happened or whatever. It didn't. That's just the way the camera's picking those up. So, but so far I'm loving this thing, and it probably looks way better in person than it does actually through this camera.